teach some sectional anatomy classes for the radiation oncology and radiation science students, so CT, MRI, radiography, radiation therapy students, and that's where the table is primarily being used at for myself. So if we move all the way back over to the left arm, we can actually make him complete again, and then we can scroll through the arm, the left arm, all the way moving to the right side of the body. And we can do any section we want. So if we want to do more of a coronal section, we can do that. The nice thing about the table versus a cadaver is we have a nice undo button, and we can go back and we can start fresh. Axial slice. We can do that, and then we can scroll through looking at axial views too, starting at the very top of his head and then kind of scrolling all the way down to his toes. Right. Body systems, so say, for x-ray, of course, skeletal system is important for us, so we like to look at the bones. So we can look at this. Again, here we can cut if we want. We can rotate him. We can scroll in and out. We can use annotations. We can put all the labels on so that the students can see the labels. We use the table in class as more of an active learning environment. Both Kim and I have assignments where we've given them where they have to come in after class and do homework type assignments on the table too, so that gets them a little bit more involved. It also has a quizzing function where we can just hit different bones and then I'll highlight that bone and tell you what the name is.
Mandible. Mandible.
There you go. And we actually had our students name the models. The first one is JT, and then the second one, Darla, and then this one is Josie. We can look at different systems. You can turn different structures on, and you can look at, so for instance, let's look at an x-ray, but then let's shut all of the systems off. So it really is just a full body x-ray. So for our students, very beneficial to be able to see this. But you can also, you can see the heart pretty well, but I can't really see the liver on this. So tell me, where is the liver? When I look at this, how can I locate the liver? I can turn the liver on, and there you go. You've got the liver, and you can kind of see the location of the liver within the body. You can rotate. You said something about enlarging. To enlarge, it's just like it is on an iPad, where you scroll out or pinch in. If you wanted to just look at the liver, you could just look at the liver, and you could actually dissect the liver and cut it at that point too. So we can look at the transverse, the coronal, and the axial slices, and we can scroll through these. One huge benefit for our students who actually, they're not diagnosing, but they're the ones taking the images. And to be able to, instead of looking at a textbook and looking at one image, to be able to scroll through and look at how a tumor is affecting the whole body. Just high resolution of the male model. I just pulled up the thorax, so there are different numbers in here. We can look at different models as we scroll through. You can see this one they've created where the left lung stays intact, but we can scroll through just the right lung. And then I do volume number 8 is the one. We can do quizzing. So if you took anatomy and you used a cadaver, if you remember the pins that they would put in, the thorax, the bony thorax, so just to quiz students. So you can either just have this up in class and have them sitting with paper and pencil or their computers or however you do it. So this is our 3D reconstructed image. Generally, we like to look at things in the 3 different planes. So again, you've got your sagittal, and this is a head. You've got your axial and your coronal. And so we can.
So you have MRIs and CT scans.
This is actually an MRI. Usually CT scans work out better when we're bringing patient data over, but this one was an MR that we got to come over beautifully. So I always like to show this one and this is actually normal. There's no pathology. This patient's scan was normal, but it's a beautiful scan. And so what you can do is, if you want to scroll through, you can use 3 fingers. This will let you do more specific. So if you want to stop at a certain point, this one lets you go quicker, but sometimes when you stop, it doesn't stop. You've got to do 3 fingers.
Oh, wait. 3.
There you go, you got it.